Hi everyone, it's me, Tawney. In today's video, I am doing the fall tag, I believe that's what it's called. It's like the autumn slash fall tag. I saw Abby Williamson do it. I don't know who started it, but I saw her do it, and I just thought I would do it. And I've been having a really crappy day. I got out of the shower and didn't brush my hair, so that's kind of obvious of how my day's been going. I've just been very frustrated and just feeling very anxious and angsty and just I'm just I've been wanting to move for so long and it hasn't happened and I'm just not happy with things. So I wanted to do this fall tag to try and cheer me up and do something different on my channel. And I have some Moscato wine with me that I will also be drinking from to try and forget all the shit that's been going on this weekend. So the first question is, candy corn, good or gross? This is a question that I feel like whichever way you feel about candy corn, you're wrong. There's always going to be somebody who disagrees, always going to be someone that thinks that your opinion's the worst opinion there is, and it's just, do you like it, yes or no kind of thing. I love candy corn. I don't like the candy pumpkins. Not a big fan of those. I don't know what it is, but I don't like them. I mainly just like the orange, yellow, and white candy corn, but I do sometimes eat the orange, white, and brown kind. I don't know if there's a difference. I don't really think there is, but I just prefer the classic. Now, if they made a candy apple candy corn, now that would be good. The second question, if you could live in a place where we're autumn all the time, would you? This is a tough question because I've seen pictures of, and I know this isn't autumn all the time, but up in New England, up in Vermont and New Hampshire, where it looks really pretty in fall. I think that's really nice. And I know there's some areas around where I live that it gets really nice, but typically those areas tend to get very cold. If I've noticed that they just get winter's brutal for those types of places. So I don't think I would, even those questions asking if it were fall all the time. I don't think I would because I'm such a summer person. I don't like the whole 5 degrees in the morning, 500 degrees in the afternoon. I don't like that because I want to wear my sweaters all day and then not die whenever I leave work. You know what I mean? So I would say no. The third question, tea, coffee, cider, or hot chocolate? I'm typically a tea person because I like black tea. I'm very typical with your plain iced tea, black tea type teas. If I go to a coffee shop or Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or something where they sell coffees and stuff, if they have black tea, that's usually what I get because I don't do coffee. I don't do cider, not a big fan, and I do like hot chocolate. I like hot chocolate that's not overly rich or overly dark hot chocolate because then it starts to get a little bit too it's too rich. But I would probably say tea, but hot chocolate's definitely it's up there. Number 4, favorite movies to watch in autumn. Now, this is something that I would always categorize with Halloween because usually fall comes when it's October, so people just automatically jump to Halloween. I don't really watch any basic fall movies. I mean, I do like Hallmark and those types of movies, depending on who's in them and what they're about. Some of them can be very stupid and very boring and dumb, and the characters are stupid, but then some of them can be really interesting, so it just kind of depends. But I would say I'm just going to go Halloween route. But I like the Halloween with Michael Myers, the Donald Pleasance version. I think or the John Carpenter. I was thinking of the actor. The John Carpenter version, the director who... I like those better. I'm not a big fan of the Rob Zombie version, even though it's not bad. It's just not for me. I like those. I just watched Happy Death Day today, and I really liked it. I mean, it's probably not the best movie because it's basically ripping off Groundhog Day, which they joke about in the movie. But that one's good. I really like the new It movies. I've never really watched the old ones. I just thought they were too long. So I like that the newer ones split them up because then I was more likely to watch them, and I was. And I really did think they were good. I thought the actors portraying the characters, both young and old, were fantastic. I mean, I like the fact that Richie was played by the kid from Stranger Things. And that made me want to watch it even more because I like Stranger Things. Let's see. Hocus Pocus is okay. It's not my favorite. It's one that if I didn't watch it in the month of October, I wouldn't feel bad. if that makes sense. Like, I wouldn't regret, oh, I didn't get to watch it. But, so yeah, those are kind of my picks. I don't really have like a specific fall movie. They're just like Halloween movies, you know? Number 5, what's your favorite autumn color? I would say orange. I'm mainly thinking like in Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've put up a lot of orange hyacinths and orange cosmos, and then I also like the orange tulips. Tulips are my favorite flower, but I mean, yellow's not bad. I just think orange, because you can go like deeper or lighter. It's such a universal autumn color that that's kind of just the one I would like go with. Number 6, what's your Hogwarts house? So I've never actually taken a test to see what my house is. I've always thought I'd be Gryffindor just because like when you watch the movies you want to be Gryffindor. I've never taken the test, so I don't know. I'll have to take it and like either make a video or post it down in the description box of what I am. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out because I don't know. Number 7, what's your favorite BER month? So like Burr. So I guess that would be October, November, December. Yeah. December, obviously. October is a month because I like summer so much, I find myself getting a little like depressed. Oh, and September, that would count. But not, I don't know, September's not my favorite. October makes me a little sad, along with September as well, because summer's ending, that I just kind of get like, I get like seasonal depressive disorder, I think that's what it's called. Like I would definitely consider myself to get that because I don't like the cold and I don't like how like closed off it makes me, and how like you can't go anywhere, you can't do anything because like you're snowed in and stuff. Like I'm not a big fan, even though I'm an introvert at heart. But November's okay, still not a big fan. I would say December, even though I hate Christmas music and I'm not a big fan of Christmas movies. Like I listen and watch both of those, so I'm not like completely saying they're crap, but they're not obviously like things that I'm like super crazy about. But you have Christmas, and I think just like that whole hopefulness, whatever that means for Christmas, because I'm thinking more of like the, I guess, satire part of Christmas where like Santa's coming, not Jesus, because I know like if you're religious, it's the whole Jesus is being born. You're excited about that. You have, what is it? Lent? No, Advent. It's Advent. You have Advent to look forward to. I think because I grew up in a church, I always had that like hopefulness feeling where you're like thinking about like, oh, like the best thing is about to come. Like it's so exciting. Like here we're going to have Jesus, and like, I guess that's what's always like hyped up Christmas, even though like Christmas was still like, we still believed in Santa. And it's funny because my dad always dressed up as Santa Claus for Christmas. So like, because we had a party that we would always go to and he would volunteer to be Santa. So it was always like this whole dad Santa. So it was kind of like, I don't know. And then my birthday is right after Christmas. So it's like the end of December. So I'm like extra just like, it just makes me feel good. So I would have to say that's my favorite. Halloween or Christmas, and why? Now, I do like Halloween, and I like dressing up, and I, for the longest time, have taken my rabbits trick-or-treating. I didn't do it last year because we didn't go trick-or-treating, but I always like to dress up my rabbits, and I always dress up, and sometimes we coordinate, sometimes I just have them in, like, a small dog costume, and I go as something, and I'm not, like, the most talented makeup artist, which is why I don't think I'm going to be doing anything for the month of October, just because I don't think I could, like, really do much, and that's just me thinking like not being like not confident. I just don't really think that I'd be able to do that, and it's just less stress to have to try and make it work if I know that it's not going to happen, if that makes sense. But I do like Halloween. I like the candy, but I would definitely say Christmas is better just because of what I said about the favorite Burr month, just because of all that hopefulness. Number 9, what's your least favorite things about fall? I would say it's a tie between all the leaves falling, and let me explain why I feel that way, and the fact that it's cold in the morning and hot in the afternoon, which that like already makes me mad because like make up your mind. I'm tired of wearing a sweater and then roasting with the air conditioner on in my car going home because it like all of a sudden turned into a heat wave. Like I don't mind the heat wave, but I like to be prepared that that's what's going to happen. So my Alexa device has been my best friend the last couple weeks because I ask her every morning what the weather is, so that way I'm prepared and dress accordingly. But I would say like the leaves falling just because I don't like how dead everything looks once they've fallen, and then you have to deal with cleaning up all the leaves. And now that like I don't have trees where my parents live and where I grew up, so I never had to worry about something like that, about like cleaning up the leaves and like picking them and sweeping them and throwing them away and making sure they're like taken care of properly, blah blah blah. Never had to deal with that. But now that I live in an apartment where there's like a tree smack dab right around everything, I have to sweep it off my deck, I have to take it off my car, I have to make sure leaves don't get stuck in my car because of where I have to park, unfortunately, is right underneath the tree. So it's just the pain in the neck part of it. I think if I could just enjoy it for what it was, it wouldn't bother me so much, which I've been trying to do a lot this year because I've been under the whole like change is a good thing, and maybe I need to like get away from summer and get into something different. But now I'm starting to get back into like my old ways and like hating fall again. And I can't wait for winter to come because it's going to be even worse. And number 10, favorite autumn songs. Are there even any autumn songs? Like, I do like the Earth, Wind, and Fire song September. I couldn't sing it for you, but I could like, oh hey, I know what that song is kind of a thing. Like, I don't know, like that one's good. I can't think of any others about autumn. Let me know in the comment section down below if you know of any. I haven't watched anyone's videos on this because I didn't want to like change my opinion or like help like modify the way I was going to answer these questions, because I wanted to have my own like fresh thoughts, not what someone else said, and then like, you know what I mean. Number 11, favorite fall dessert. Let's see, pumpkin pie. I was telling my grandma, and this is really funny, she said she didn't like pumpkin pie, but she makes like the best pumpkin pie. And she was like, I don't really like eating it all that much. And I told her, I think it's because you only eat it in October and November, and you don't eat it all year round. That's why you like it. And I think for me, if I were to eat it all year round, I wouldn't like it. Like, I think it would be something I would just get sick of. So I think that's why I like it. I also like sweet potato pie. We have a restaurant. It's Texas Grow House, not Texas Roadhouse. Whichever one's really popular, we have the opposite. So either Road or Grill, whichever one. And they have a sweet potato pie that's occasionally on their menu in the fall. The last couple years it hasn't been. But whenever they have it, it's really good. And it's basically pumpkin pie, but just made with yams / sweet potatoes. So that's probably my favorite. And I also like some nice fall, like, dessert type wines. I mean, right now I'm only drinking a Moscato because they didn't have the one I wanted. But that's just another trip, so it's fine. It's just more wine I can get. And number 12, what's your go-to autumn makeup? So I recently used a Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette, the one that stands like a rectangle, and it had the light brown transition and then a deep brown transition, and it had some like reds and yellows. I used it in a get ready with me on the go whenever I was dog sitting, and I tried to use one of the shimmery gold shadows to like do the inner part of my eyelid, and it looked like crap. So that is not one. I really like the Too Faced Gold Chocolate palette. I believe it's the gold one. I know people don't like Too Faced, and I bought it before I like really got into hating them. But I think it's a great palette, and it smells like chocolate, and it smells so good. But that's definitely one I really like using. I just got the Sultry palette from ABH off Poshmark, and I really like it. I think that it has some nice shades. It's a very nice neutral palette. I also just got the Natasha Denona Glam palette, and it has some nice, very cool tone neutrals, which I think is kind of different, so I like using that one as well. And then I'm trying to think, the Yes Please palette from ColourPop, it's an oldie but a goodie. That one has some really nice browns and orange and yellow colors that I think like really goes well for fall. In terms of like foundations and concealers and things, I mean, I just stick with what I know works. In the colder days or whenever it starts to get dry, I typically use more dewy foundations just to kind of like rejuvenate my skin, because sometimes the matte foundation sticks to my texture or kind of like accentuates the dryness. Like, my nose is super dry when I'm doing my makeup, but then halfway through the day, it's just like a disco ball, like shiny. I look like Rudolph, but it's not red, you know? But yeah, that's typically, and then I have some nice deep brown, I want to say neutral nudes, but they're like deeper brown lipsticks. I have one from Ofra and a couple from Maybelline from their Super Stay Matte Liquid Lipstick formula that I really like using because they're a little bit more like witchy, deep fall type liquid lipsticks, and I just think they look really nice, and they're not your typical like your lips but better type shades. in terms of like nude slash neutral colors. So that's kind of why I like using them. But yeah, it's kind of, I'm going to add another question. What is the question I can add? What's your favorite fall accessory? I'm going to add that one because that one's kind of cool. My favorite fall accessory would probably be boots. And I know that's not really quite an accessory, but I'm going to make it an accessory because it's not like your typical shoe. But I have some really nice ankle-high boots that I wear. I have a nice one that's a deeper brown slash like reddish brown that I like to wear. I have a black pair. I have a pair of like very low with like slits on the ankle type boots I got on sale from Target a couple months ago, and they're like a light tan, but they have that like leathery type feel to them. Those are really cute. I think that's all the boots that I have. And then a good pair of Ugg boots, honestly. But that's getting into winter. But I definitely think a good pair of boots is something nice to have because it can really change up your look. It can give your legs kind of some dimension, give your body a different, like, because you're standing at a different way depending on how high the heel is. And then it's just something that, like, you're not typically wearing, especially like something that you're getting into now because it's fall and it's a little bit too hot to wear them in summer, even though I do wear mine in summer. But I definitely think everyone should have a nice pair of boots to wear if they're like combat or nice fashion boots, just something that like makes them feel good. So let me know down below the answers to your questions. If you have any other questions you want me to answer or any new questions that you have answers to that you'd like me to know, I definitely love to interact with you guys down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and ring the notification bell somewhere down below so you get notified when I upload. I'm going to try and film some more makeup-y videos, but I've just been a little down lately, just trying to like feel myself out and like perk myself back up and just like survive at this point. That's just kind of how I'm feeling. I got my car back, so hopefully that'll help make things a little bit easier and like make me feel better and just kind of like get me out of this funk I've been in. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!